Hello there, this is Dave Allen for Mac Tunnel Questions, and today I want to have a look at an application called CoBook, and they call it the Smart Address Book. You know how it is these days. We have our connections with our emails, but we also have connections with Facebook and Twitter as well, and Google Voice. And what about our address book that doesn't actually sort of take care of all these different addresses and places where we have connections? Well, now you do with CoBook. So I've installed it already. So here is CoBook. And you have to do a little bit of setting up to get it all working. Okay, so go to this gear icon in here, and you can say that you want it anchored to the menu bar if you want to, or you can have it so that it is separate. Let's just put it over here so it's separate from the anchor bar at the moment. You can do your sorting of contacts by last name and so on. You can choose how you want to do that. You have a default phone action of going to messages. You can actually even have it automatically deduplicate any profiles, email addresses and stuff like that. So that's one way of looking at it, but I'm not sure that it's such a good idea. I'd rather do something like that manually. And accounts, this is something you have to set up. So let's connect it up to Facebook first of all. So we've got to put in our email address and everything else in there to be able to connect it up. And you can tell it to keep me logged into CoBook App and just click on and log in. Now, how do you want to synchronize with Facebook? Well, you can manually add profiles. If you've got a lot of contacts, you might not want to do that. It's going to take a lot of time. Or maybe you only want to add just a few of your own contacts to the CoBook, and that's up to you. Probably the most useful one is the add profiles for existing contacts. So if you've got the contact already in your address book, then you can just have it so that it just adds those. Or you can have all of your Facebook contacts brought into your CoBook. No, I don't want to do that. So I think I'll go for this middle one. I'm going to click on Go, and that'll sort that out. So you see here it's synchronizing the contacts, and there's nothing left to do but just wait and have that done. And you can do the same sort of thing as well with Twitter and LinkedIn. Click on connect there, connect to Twitter. Okay, so when you've got your password, you put your password in there, and you can click on remember me if you want to in there too, and click on authorize app. It takes a little time to connect, but that'll just depend upon how fast your internet connection is, and mine's not very fast at all. Come on, hurry up. Get a bloody move on. Well, anyway, once you've done that, what you can do is next go to your LinkedIn, put in your details of that and your Google Voice as well. It'd be nice if you was able to add more than one Twitter account. That'd be quite useful. Here we go. We finally got this coming up, and it's the same sort of thing. Only add profiles for existing contacts. Click on Go, and away it goes. So if any of my contacts in there have Twitter accounts, they will be connected up. There have been one or two reports on a couple of reviews of this here where it's messed up a couple of the contacts in address book. One of the ones was where it went into Facebook looking for contacts, didn't find the contacts, and somehow managed to strip out the photo that was already in the address book. So the person who was doing it that time wasn't terribly pleased. Okay, so what can you do once you've got this set up? Well, for instance, I can click on that there and I can see all a list of my contact details in there. Or if it's obviously somebody else that you're looking at, you can see everything else, all the contacts from somebody else. So I can click on, let's move that out of the way. By the way, this application over here, this is Tweetbot. If you haven't seen the review I did of that already, have a look for it on YouTube. I think you'll find it interesting. Anyway, so I've clicked on this wizard goal one here, and it's showing the latest tweets that I've made on the Twitter. Drop key. Let's see what happens when I click on that there. GetDropKey.com. Okay, I did a review of this application a while ago, and found it to be okay, but I prefer using that GNU one instead, GPG. So, but it's in there. So we've got Facebook and it's connected. If I click on this one, then that'll take me to the Facebook page. There you go, that worked. So that's pretty good, isn't it? How handy is that then? And of course you've got all the details in there. I've got a lot of different email addresses and web pages and phone numbers and all that sort of stuff. And that's all in there for finding. And you can do searches in there, of course, as well. So I'll find my son's email address in there if I want to. Just click on that there, and got all the stuff that I need. And I can click on this. Now I looked at this and I thought it might be something to do with favoriting the email address or the person on there, but it isn't. It's just asking me to share CoBook. Not quite what I had in mind there. I can do a call contact. Don't want to do that because it's in Dubai at the moment. I don't ring Dubai. I can email contact. I can refresh contact, or I can edit mode, or I can go to this one here and do a delete contact, search LinkedIn, Facebook, search Twitter and all that sort of stuff. So there's a whole lot of different things you can do with this. It's quite handy. And we're connected on LinkedIn as well, so that's good as well. And we're friends on Facebook, so it's kind of working fairly well, really, isn't it? So, like I said, I think it's quite a good little application. I quite like the way it works. It gives me all the different connections with the main social networks of Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, and Google Voice. I don't think I can connect them to Google Voice because I'm not in the US, and you can only get Google Voice when you're in the US. You've got a few different things in there that you can sort out. You can have middle names, nicknames, department names, and maiden names in there. And you can change this here for Zooming number. You can go to FaceTime, messages, or Skype. So I'm more likely to use Skype on that one there. So that's fairly handy too. Let's go to General, Home Views, Contacts. I can do it so that I get a contact preview. So if I just click on that at the moment, I'll show you what that looks like. And you've also got a keyboard shortcut of Control, Shift, and Space. So let's just go back to this here again. Let's go back to the search mode on this here. Get rid of the search. So now what's happening is, as you can see, when I go to this one here, look, I just move my mouse over the top of this one and it puts the details of that contact on the left-hand side. And then you've still got the chance to scroll through it. So there you go. I think that's a good little application. That's well worth looking at. It does give a bit more sort of depth to what you can do with your contacts application. And you can also set it so that it's your default address book application. So you can either have it as CoBook or address book. And for the moment I've got it set as CoBook because I quite like it on there. Okay. If you've had a look at this and you found it to be quite good, why don't you drop me a line and let me know what you think about it. Maybe you didn't like it at all. This is Dave Allen from Mac 20 Questions. If you found this video anywhere near useful, why don't you click on the like button. It helps to have my videos found on YouTube if there are more likes on there. So, in fact, why don't you subscribe to the channel as well, Wizard Gold channel, and anytime I put out a video, you'll be the first to know about it. Bye-bye now. Talk to you again soon.